Wednesday morning of our summer break. So we're officially done with school. We had graduation on Saturday. We got all of that done, and so I officially have a college student, a senior, a junior, a third grader, a first grader, and a pre-K. So, new roads for all of us. So we're excited, and but I wanted to take some time to just kind of share like how our school year went, and kind of recap that, and then tell you what our lesson plans for next year are. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you what my kids are doing. Elizabeth is blowing bubbles over here. Are you trying to get bubbles in the shot?
Yes, I'm trying to make it so it will look so cool, like bubbles on it when you're done.
Nice. And way over there, Melody and Alex and the two babies are moving the playhouse so that it is kind of out of the way. It was totally just, when we got it, somebody gave it to us, and we literally just put it together right next to the porch. But it was just kind of always in the way. So you can kind of see them like off behind. Let's see right there. You can kind of see Melody's right there. Oh, she's bringing me something. You can see a little house down there. So there's a whole little playhouse, and they're going to move it. What did you find?
I found a huge frog.
Oh,
Whoa.
Is it going to jump at me?
Maybe.
Okay. Oh, let's see it. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's a fat toad.
Jump on mommy.
Don't jump on mommy. Maybe put him in the front yard so that Kiss doesn't try to eat him.
Okay. He's trying to jump on my arm.
Okay, so that's what they're doing, finding frogs and moving the playhouse. And I am being eaten by mosquitoes, so Elizabeth went to go get me some bug spray. So our school year went really well this year, I felt. You know, there's always things that happen every year that you're like, oh, I wish that my school year had not done this, or had done this, or whatever. The first half of my school year was kind of a little bit different for us and a little bit stressful because we had an extra child, and this was a child that hadn't schooled with us and didn't school very long with us, only for about 3.5 months. And so that did kind of throw us off a little bit, like in our routine. Not an overabundance, but enough that I felt like it made a difference. So I don't feel like our fall was nearly as productive as I like our falls to be. But that's okay. We went with it anyways. And so, but by winter, we had moved on, and we had gotten a bunch of stuff done. And then by springtime, we got a ton of stuff done. We did World War I, World War II, we did botany, I want to say we did something else. I can't remember. BUG, thank you. Okay, so what I was saying is that we have the summer of just reading, and so I posted a whole video about that, and they have all sorts of books that they're reading. Why don't you go bring your bubbles over to where the little kids are, because they like the bubbles.
I wanted to try that.
I know, but why don't you go bring them over there, okay? Thank you. Okay, so that brings us to the next school year. And I've been doing this for a lot of years, and so I kind of already know what I want to do and how I want to do it, and so I will share that with you. Okay, so this is actually the second time I'm filming this, because the first time got interrupted several times. We had mosquitoes going crazy. We had a million different questions. I'll insert a little clip of my son who insisted on wearing a bow in his hair. Yeah. So anyways, this is the lesson plan book that I have. I got it at Mardell's Christian store and education store. And it's a lesson book for a teacher in a classroom. So it has like all the information that they need. I think I did use one page. It had like birthdays on it or something. Yeah, I put our birthdays on it. Not that I don't know when our birthdays are, but there you go. And I did figure I would use this weekly schedule once I figure out our weekly schedule and I write it down. And so what I did was, this page actually was, it looked like this. So I had like a week of, and then it goes on like that. And so I just tore out one of them so that I could just use this side. and then we'll just move on, and I will like do actual lesson plans throughout this part of like what we're doing per that day or that week for these grades. So this is what I have going. This year I have a college student, so he will be in and out, of course, with work and school, but he is still home. And so when he's here, he'll be here. When he's not, he's not. And I don't know if I'm excited or sad about all of that, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I feel like this looks kind of complicated. So let me give you kind of a rundown of what we do. So what we're going to do is this. I have my kids separated by certain grade levels. And so we have a preschooler, and he's like pre-K. And so he has like a daily thing that he's going to do. Not necessary, because he is only 3.5. He will only be 3.5. But he will have his daily thing to do. And then he will have on Fridays, from Melody down, we will do a project with him based on a topic. So we'll do that on Fridays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we will do that with my first grader, who through the public school system is in first grade, but through the Waldorf school system is in her second year of kindergarten. So I guess that's kind of confusing. Anyways, she will either graduate in the Waldorf 11th grade, or she will graduate a year later. And really that just depends on how much she catches up, because she started out behind. And that's fine. She's actually caught up to kindergarten. She's doing really well. And I think that she's doing really well because of this curriculum that I'm using. So with hers, she has daily work that we'll do, and then she will participate in the preschool activity. And then she has her unit studies that we will be doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She's more than welcome to join us for Elizabeth's or Melody's units, but she doesn't have to. She is also just go and play, or play at our feet type thing. So that's that. Elizabeth is in the 3rd grade, and she will be having her unit studies on Mondays and Wednesdays, along with doing Riley's unit studies on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Jackson's unit studies on Fridays. So that kind of shows you like how we're doing it. She is more than welcome to sit through Melody's if she'd like and do the activities that go with that one. But again, she doesn't have to. Melody and Tyler will have daily work and a daily part of their unit study, all 5 days. Tyler will not participate in any of the little kids stuff. And that's because of him, of who he is, how he is. And so he actually is going to be doing his schoolwork and then working with my husband. My husband owns his own business, and so he works with my husband. So he'll be doing that. But Melody, who will be in the 11th grade, is very much somebody who likes to do like all the arts and crafts and projects and all of that kind of stuff. So she will probably do all of her work and then all of the little kids' unit studies as well, because she likes that kind of stuff. And most of the little kids stuff revolves around the festivals and holidays and seasons, and those are always fun to do with the little kids. Okay, so that gave you kind of a rundown of how we're doing it. And so what we're doing for Jackson is his is on Fridays. And so he has 2 weeks of summer and 2 weeks of sun and planets in August. In September, he's going to do apples, leaves, and 2 weeks of fall. In October, he's going to do pumpkins, bats, spiders, and Halloween. In November, he's going to do pilgrims and Indians and Thanksgiving. So kind of the whole month of Thanksgiving, basically. December, if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know that we generally take off December as far as schoolwork, but we do a ton as far as Christmas is concerned. So we will do that too. We'll do a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. In January, we will be doing winter, snow, and bears. February is Groundhog's Day, Valentine's Day, and all about presidents. Obviously, presidents on his level. He's going to be 4 by then. His birthday is in February. In March, we're going to do butterflies, frogs, and flowers, and we're going to start Lent March 6th and go through April 18th, and that is the countdown to Easter. And so we have activities for the whole family for Lent. We'll be doing Lent and Easter most of April, and then we will do community workers, firefighters, ambulance workers, doctors, nurses, teachers, librarian, all of that. So all of that goes into that one. So that's what we'll be doing for Jackson. For Riley, she is in her 2nd year kindergarten, like I explained, or 1st grade. And then she is going to really focus on the seasons. So we have summer, fall, winter, and spring. And during that time, she is going to do whatever holidays and festivals fall between them. And then she's at the age where she's really all about fairy tales and that type of thing. So I have fairy tales scattered amongst them. I do have a couple of left open because I couldn't think of any more that I wanted to do. So she has Briar Rose and the Elves and the Shoemaker. We'll do something for Labor Day. Her birthday is in September also, right around Labor Day. We'll have the Gingerbread Boy, Jack and the Beanstalk, Rumpelstiltskin, 3 Billy Goats, Gruff, and then we'll have Halloween, All Saints Eve, All Souls Day. We'll talk about the traditions and holidays that go with that, as well as martyrs for Jesus during that time. We'll do the 3 Little Pigs, Thanksgiving, and we might also actually be taking a vacation during right here too, so we'll see how that goes. We'll have Thanksgiving, and then we have Advent, and Advent is the countdown to Christmas, and we have all of the Christmas festivals that are going to be going on, so we'll be doing all of those through that time. The Ugly Duckling, Frog and the Princess, Groundhog's Day, Valentine's Day, the 12 Dancing Princesses, Hansel and Gretel. And then during spring, of course, we'll have Lent, Holy Week, Passover, Easter, and I will probably just do Bible stories during this time and not really fairy tales during this one. Then we have May Day, Memorial Day, and this is where school will end, but because she's at that age, we'll still, of course, be doing the rest of like the summer activities. Okay, and then for Elizabeth, she's in the 3rd grade. She's a year younger for the 3rd grade. So she still kind of lives in a world of an imagination, but she does do a lot, she's very intelligent, so she still does a lot of the 3rd grade work. She's tested into 3rd grade reading and 3rd grade math, and so that's what we will be doing. Again, she'll be doing all of this other stuff, but for the whole year, the first half of the year, she'll be learning Old Testament stories, and the second half of the year she'll be doing New Testament stories, and she'll have a main lesson book for all of those that'll take her through those, so it'll be a thicker one. Then she will have Math in the Garden for August. September will be Humanity on Earth, like what you need to survive, or how people live around the world. Humans and animals, kind of their biology, how they're made up, how God created us. We're going to do local history and industry. So we have the biggest industrial park in the United States is in my town, and so we'll be talking a lot about that. Again, we have like all of the Christmas stuff for this point, so I didn't feel the need to rewrite it. In January, we're going to talk about animal fables from around the world. So again, like kind of the make-believe, but where people kind of got them from and that type of stuff. And then we have the world of animals, botany, time, weight, measurement, and money, and Oklahoma geography. So that's what Elizabeth is going to be focusing on through the 3rd grade. And then for 11th and 12th grade, we have unit studies, and these should take us about 4 weeks per one. Obviously, if they take us a little longer, that's fine. If but I figure for 5 days, for 4 weeks, probably this will be good. We have Native American Indians that we're going to be doing. We live in Indian Nation, so we have a lot of that around here. A lot of information, a lot of places we can visit. We're going to do a month on physics, early American history, that's 1775 to 1812. We're going to do U.S. geography, and again, Christmas, family, all that. We're going to do European geography, Renaissance biographies, ancient China. This was a specific request from Melody, and so I wanted to add it in for her. If she wants to learn about something, let's do it. The age of exploration and discovery, and then oceanography. And so by then I will have one more graduating, and so yeah, that is what we have planned for the 2018-2019 school year. So why don't you comment below and let me know what you're planning. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.